Nick Hilkey's just come back from Edgeley Park, West Ham Fan TV. It was Stockport 0, West Ham 1. Conor, job done. Not pretty, but we'll take it.
Yeah, I suppose like it's all that matters really. Getting it's always going to be a tough game. Like even every game in the FA Cup, even we saw like yesterday with Crawley given the game, and like other non-league teams, they'll be up for it always. And in credit to Moyes, I think this evening, obviously he wanted to give a few players a chance and maybe rotate a bit, but it's in other seasons, we'd be giving out about players being rested and say we didn't really go for it in the cup. So I think Moyes did really well this evening, and really kind of balanced the team out a bit. And we did what we needed to do. It wasn't the greatest performance, but you can't ask much more. And yeah, just move on really from that.
I know it obviously is the same for both teams, but these lower league teams seem to sort of adapt to these conditions better. But conditions were awful out there today, and it stopped us from playing, really, didn't it?
Yeah, no, I wouldn't really take much note from this really, because I think if you put any kind of Premier League side get on down in that pitch this evening against the non-league side, it's no matter how good or bad you be, you'll always struggle in those sort of games. And the fact that we came out with that on the better side, I know the team we had, but still we won it, is a big bonus. And another clean sheet, Dawson, another brilliant performance. I thought had a few shaky moments, but a goal to top off the performance that was good for his confidence too. And it's got to move on now. But yeah, all you can ask for is the win, and we got it. So job done, really.
Looking a bit thin up front these days. We've obviously seen the departure of Sebastian Haller. What did you make of Antonio? Is he fit enough? And if he isn't fit enough, what the fuck are we going to do?
That's the problem. Like I don't know. I saw Moyes during the week saying that we're not going to, unless not just for the sake of it, we're going to bring a striker. But at this race, there's not a lot of options. There's not a lot of options out there. But surely you can get a striker in if, what happens if Antonio comes in? Like I saw Yarmolenko tonight, wasn't great. Like we can't be relying on another player that comes out of position like Bowen or something to play striker if Antonio gets injured. So you got to look at that as well. Say maybe we have no choice really here. But Antonio looked a bit. Like what was the game we brought him back? Was it against Chelsea or something? He kind of looked a bit, didn't look sharp enough and back to his usual self yet. So we don't want to put too much pressure on him either, which is big, because if we lose,
to be fair, you don't want him playing 90 minutes against Stockport on what looks like half a river, does it?
No, that's the thing. He's all right, and in fairness, he didn't want to risk getting tonight, but you've just got to look into it and say it's clearly common sense that you've got to sign a striker. Like it's not even that we can't take risks or whatever. It's just really West Ham, especially by the board, just letting go. And surely they're looking at that and saying, are we not going to sign a striker? Maybe it's a push up, maybe with squad depth, but the usual.
Listen, we're in the hat for the fourth round. We know we've got Doncaster, and then we know we got in the fifth round, which is very strange. Yeah. It will be Liverpool and Manchester United. Now, with that in mind, will he think to himself in the next round, you know what, that'll do us, I think, or will he go for it again?
I don't really know, to be honest. I think the cup's the cup, anything can happen. And this evening, I think Doncaster will be a very tough game again. It's not completely non-league, and we are at home, of course, but we just have to go for it and see what happens. Rotate a bit again. Moyes saw a bit to see what the players he doesn't normally use, and he knows what's going to expect of them. And going into then, if we do, please God, win that game and get onto the United Liverpool game, then who knows? We've both given Liverpool and United a run for their money this season. So I don't know, but I wouldn't take much from this evening. I thought we didn't play bad. We just, credit to Stockport. They just defended 10 men behind the ball, and that's a typical FA Cup game.
Yeah, of course. They would have took a little bit of encouragement looking at a prize of Liverpool, Manchester United away, I'm sure. Conor, thank you very much for joining us tonight, mate. I'll see you again.
All right. Yeah, take care.
Thanks, buddy. Thank you.
Yeah, bye.